costume designer for the top job. I'm also a clinical social worker and a graduate alumni 2007 Emporia State Theater. So from this show, I took a lot from the book. We started off with the Top Job children's book. If you haven't read it, you should. It's darling. I also took a lot of inspirations from my life around me. One of the characters is a teacher. I work in a school, so I was able to draw from several teachers actually, from a Stifles look, as well as for Samaj, who plays Kyle. He was modeled after one of my friends and teachers. I also took some things from one of my favorite current costume designers, Rebecca Soren Kalestrup. She's currently the costume designer on Riverdale. The show's a little over the top, but the designs are phenomenal. The colors from the show were also taken from a lot of children's movies that are pretty contemporary. You'll notice things like Inside Out and other Pixar films kind of sprinkled in. The last thing was I used a focus group from some of my friends and their daughters to help me really encapsulate the dream sequence that takes place in the show, as far as coming up with a frilly princess dress that I thought little girls would enjoy. My very first day here, as we were unloading me to stay in my dorm room for the duration, I realized I was staying in my residence hall from my freshman year of school. So it has been very much this dance of blast from the past and owning who I am as a grown-up. I've had a lot of support along the way, and I have fellow alumni going through that too. Chris Locamp as our technical director, but also alumni. So I've had some support in finding my niche as a designer adult here versus the student that was here 10 years ago. My education in theater prepared me for my job outside of theater by teaching me skills for performance, which I use constantly. As a therapist, I'm working one-on-one with people. I have to be able to read my audience and read them quickly. In addition to the one-on-one sessions I do, I also work in groups. Again, working with big personalities in different ways is a theater skill. And lastly, for performance, when I go to conferences, which happens fairly frequently, I'm asked to give a large audience a lesson. I use the skills that stage teachers taught me all of the time. Diction, elocution, making sure I'm open in front. All of that has given me a great edge on some of the other mental health practitioners I work with. Other skills, collaboration, creativity, dedication, making sure I see something through to the very end. Flexibility. In theater, it's live. Things happen and you have to go with it. I learned how to take care of my mind, my body, my spirit. Those things fill me up and allow me to continue on in a career that isn't always easy. Responsibility as far as knowing that everything I do, I'm connected to somebody else. Therapy, it's obvious, but in theater, working in the shop, even the mood I walk in with connects with and can impact the people all around me and the work that gets done in that day. I'm responsible to them to take care of myself, to come here and be ready to work. And then there's always the practical skills of construction. I know how to build sets. I feel comfortable working with power tools. I know how to use a sewing machine. I can fix clothes. Those are things that have served me well, not just in professional careers, but in everyday life. A well-rounded theater education prepares you for the real world, no matter how you look at it. I learned skills about collaboration, dealing with big personalities. I also learned how to push myself, how to stay committed to something and see it through to the end. I was also very well trained for graduate school in all of my classes, especially Sujay Mai's costume history class. After spending many hours studying and writing papers for that, I was ready to take on anything that graduate school could throw at me. I learned how to take care of my mind, body, and spirit with my professors like Lindy Bartruff in dance. And I learned how to really own who I am from one of my best friends and former professor, Amanda Dura. The experience at Emporia State University sowed the seeds to grow into the woman I am today. For that, I'm incredibly thankful.